Wouldn't you love to help create the perfect romantic gift for your special loved one? Last year, when romantic boudoir photographer Marcia Dolgan was on our show, showing us ways to create beautiful and sexy romantic portraits, the Good Day office was literally swamped with calls. And this year, and what you're seeing here, befores and afters, I think it's really wonderful. She's back again with great ideas for the perfect romantic Valentine gift. Good morning, Marcia. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
You do a lot of work. I know you're very busy. Women love to do this. Are they absolutely amazed with the results?
100% of the time, I think, yes.
Yeah.
But we work together so that they have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. They are very aware, and throughout the whole session, they're seeing themselves through a variety of techniques, whether it's mirrors, where we show them how they're looking in the environment and so on. Of course, the lens is something they can't see, and that's even better, which makes it a surprise when they see their photographs.
Yeah. You create a mood?
Absolutely. Well, initially, we have a consultation where everybody who comes to me will say, this is what I want. I have a tremendous number of questions that I ask everybody, and we work very hard to work together as a team.
And they probably have a visual sense of what they'd like to look like when they present this picture, or do you help them get there?
I would say 50% of the people who come to me have a good idea of what they want, a really good idea of what they want, and 50% of the people just know they want to do it.
Let's take a look at some of these, the befores and afters. Well, you saw some of them in the intro, but it's pretty amazing. You do full makeup,
yes,
obviously, and,
yes,
and lighting. Now, do the women bring their own clothes, or do you provide them?
Okay, well, first of all, with the makeup, it's designed for the camera, so it's not designed to have what you'd look like when you go out in the evening or anything. It's strictly for the camera, with the idea that we do what people want. If you want to look glamorous, we'll be glamorous. If you want to look like yourself, we'll look like yourself. In terms of our clothing, people will bring their own. I ask them to bring at least 3 outfits, and that way they can have whatever mood they want. They don't have to do lingerie. We can make you look very wonderful in a strapless gown and long gloves. We have at the studio...
We're not seeing lingerie here.
That's a fur coat.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful fur coat. This is something this woman brought. It was part of her concept of what she wanted to do, but she also brought a lot of other things as well. The idea is to be a multifaceted person. You can be fun, you can be silly, you can be romantic, you can be sexy, but it has to be done within a certain number of rules I have. I only have 3 rules.
What are they?
Number 1, we will never do centerfold or explicit photography, so you don't have to worry about it. Rule number 2, as a woman, you will be proud and dignified in every one of those photographs, even if it hurts. In other words, you won't look like I whipped you into position with a wet noodle.
Right.
And the 3rd rule is you can't do this unless you have fun.
And you really do make it fun.
Oh.
I mean, I know that from meeting you before that you really pride yourself on that. Now, we'll ask people who have done it, because sitting next to Marcia are Michelle and Jim Quartermash. Am I saying it right?
That's right.
And you did this for Jim.
I did.
Yeah. Now, what moved you to get to doing it in the first place?
I saw Marcia the first time she was on, and I saved the telephone number, and we saw it together. It was a snowy day, and he said, "Honey, you would never do that for me, would you?" And I said, "I know what I'm getting her for Christmas."
She said, no way, would I.
You wanted her to do this then?
Oh, sure, I suggested it, and I said, that'd be great. What a great gift that would be. She's like, no way, forget it. Don't even think about it.
I just have to ask you, we're looking at some befores and afters of Michelle. Now, do you remember when you had this picture taken?
Do I remember? Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah? How did you feel?
Yeah.
I mean, did you feel like you look? Like
Yeah.
in the mood and
Yeah.
romantic and sensuous, yeah?
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
Look at this.
That was the one he chose for the big photo.
Isn't
It was
great?
fun to just be all made up and have your hair done, and it was a lot of fun.
It's also a lot of
great.
work.
Oh,
It
yes.
is work. I mean, you really
Yes.
get a sense of what a model's life is
I
like.
was beat by the end of that
I know,
day.
because you
What
really...
was it, 6 hours?
Yeah.
6 hours?
So you
Yeah,
kept
that's
it from
the
Jim.
question.
You didn't tell him.
Until the day we went to pick out the photos, because I wanted him to choose what he wanted to have over his bed.
Now, is that where you put it? You put it over the bed? Right. I mean, it's a private kind of thing. You're not going to put it over the
I don't
Well,
want
fireplace.
it
in the
used to
living
be
room.
private. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
anymore.
private now, you're right. But it isn't something you'd hang over the fireplace. I mean, you find an intimate place to hang it, right,
Right,
Jim?
exactly.
You're not going to put it in your office
That's
or in
right.
the lobby of the
I
office.
always thought about bringing it into the office, but I don't think it would work.
No. So did you take those outfits with you, or did Marcia provide them?
Oh, I brought tons of stuff.
Did
We
you?
had the whole room all set up, and we decided which were the top priority things that we wanted to have done.
Did you think of yourself as sexy before you did this?
No.
Do you think of yourself that way now?
Well, it worked.
It did work. It really did. It change your self-image?
Yeah, I think so a little
Yeah?
bit. Yeah, a little bit.
And what did you think, Jim?
I was surprised she did it because she never felt that she was photogenic. She hated having her pictures taken. So I was really surprised that she went ahead and did it, and she was pleased, which surprised me.
Do you see her any differently now?
Well, she was always very confident.
Yeah.
It's just in that area, she was always a little bit, I don't take good photographs, I don't take good photographs. So.
Well, Marcia works wonders.
Yeah. What was it like for you that day? What did she do?
I wasn't nervous until I got there and had to walk from the bathroom to the studio with my teddy on. I was like, oh, it was kind of nerve-wracking, but she makes you relax. She really.
Are you alone?
She works well.
I mean, it's just you and Marcia?
When we do this kind of photography, there are no men or children there. And all of my staff is female, and all of my staff is very experienced. And basically, there's a cosmetician, my assistant, Rachel, and myself. And my assistant has also been photographed, so everybody is tuned in.
Yeah, they
everybody
know
understands
what it feels like.
Right. And what we do is we do have a tremendous amount of inventory in terms of accessories and even some clothing to enhance what people have brought to make them look wonderful. So it's very important that people feel comfortable. And I tell everybody, remember that last rule?
Yeah.
You have to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a fool of myself. If I'm going to make a fool of myself, you can do it too. It's not a problem.
Let me ask you, at ballpark, how expensive was this?
Well, Jim is a very thrifty person, and that's when I knew he really liked it. You can spend as much or as
Little as you want, I suppose, depending on the size of the
He
photograph.
went hog wild.
I didn't even ask.
You
She
didn't
knew
even
I
ask?
loved it. I went in and I said, I'll take this one, I'll take this one, this one.
I think that is so
That was-
great. So you're really glad you did this, huh?
Very glad.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to follow it up next year for Christmas.
No, that's right. Boy, let us know, will you, what you come up with. We can all use the suggestions. Thank you, Marcia, very much. Really. Thank you, Jim, Michelle. Thanks for
you.
sharing. You'll live through it.